because, guys, our business is literally a 30-day business. Okay. You may be in this for years. Like, I've been in this business 3 years. This month, this is my 3-year anniversary month. So it's going to be a freaking party around here. But I love this because every 30 minutes, okay, well, every 30 days, I literally get to start over. Okay, so if I didn't have a super awesome month or I wasn't super happy with the turnout of how things went, I literally get to wake up and say, okay, it's December 1st. This is a super awesome, get go for me. I get to start off fresh, clean state. So I'm super excited for this. We have our VIPs, triple diamond and above, training y'all tonight. So that is super special that y'all get that because they have hit VIP, which is the first 5-figure rank. They know what they're doing. They've been kicking off month after month after month for at least 3 years now. And I'm really excited for you to get to hear from them. So if you're excited, I want you to drop a 1. I want to make sure that you have a notepad out so that you can take notes. If you're new here, get a journal. Okay, this is from Dollar General. Okay, got this when I first joined the business, and literally I have so many notes in here from Zooms. It's so scatterbrained that I don't even know what's going on in here, but I write down everything because it's better when you put pen to paper. Okay, there's something that like happens in your brain. I know that's a fact because I hear it all the time, that you're more prone to remember something if you write it down. So get something to write stuff down with. You're going to hear from Cheyenne, you're going to hear from Kayla, and you're going to hear from Kate tonight. They're going to share their best tips with you. So let's go ahead and hop right into this. So Cheyenne, I recruited you to go first. So I'm going to pin your video and you can go ahead and tell your story a little bit of Because of It Works and tell all of your kickoff tips with us.
Okay. Can you guys hear me all right?
Yes.
Okay, my Wi-Fi is a little glitchy because I'm moving out tomorrow and they tried to stop it this morning. So my name's Cheyenne Nickerson. I am 21 years old. I just had my 2-year anniversary with It Works. Just like a little bit about my story, I guess. I really just kind of joined this business for like freedom of my time. I was like overworked, underpaid, working like 108 jobs at 102 different places. It was terrible and I just like wanted freedom. And that's ultimately like what this has been able to give me. I've now been fully like financially independent for like over a year. I've lived in this apartment for over a year and it is actually packed up in the corner over there and we are moving out tomorrow to a 2-bedroom house and I'm just excited. I'm gonna live my best rap girl life with my cat and so did you want me to just like go straight into tips? Okay, so the biggest thing I can say is like I am a green personality, so for all my greens, I am your girl. The biggest thing that I have to do, like at the beginning of the month, is just like getting organized. So I always do this on like the 28th, even regardless of like however many days are in the month. Like I always start my month before the month actually begins, if that makes sense. So what I like to do is I like to get like charts out, trackers together, whether I'm doing like fast start trackers, like those kind of things, getting like my steps to success printed out so I can put that into my like binder and everything, setting goals with myself and setting goals with my team, seeing who my runners are and like who I'm going to lock arms with for this month, and just like ultimately getting a game plan together. So like I like to do that in my binder, which is right here in my backpack right now. I'm just trying to leave everything somewhat not cluttered, but literally living off of a cube of sticky pads right now. It's fine. So, but yeah, like I just really like to get organized, and like what I personally do is on like the 1st, I will go and like update charts and see like exactly like how much volume I need to hit X promotion or to help like someone I know. It's a cube of sticky notes. Like it's me. But yeah, so I just like to get charts together. And then I used to do charts for like every single girl on my team. And now when you have like almost 1,000 people, that's kind of hard. So I just work with like my strict runners. And like, obviously I have girls that are shooting for VIP. So like they know how to chart. I'm not going to do their charts for them. Like that kind of thing. Like I'll have a chart updated, but it's not something I'm going to like regularly look at. I hope that makes sense. But I update charts on the 1st, the 15th, 25th, and then every night after the 25th, because like obviously orders have updated. That's probably like the biggest thing I can tell you guys, just for like how I like to get the month going. And like I'll put in my chats, just like I'm so excited, just like start new contests and different things like that. But my biggest thing is just getting organized, because if I did not have like my charts together and everything like that, especially right now when like my computer is in a box, like my whole life would literally be in shambles. So I'm like literally living with a laptop and an iPad and a pad of sticky notes. And that is how like we're getting this month organized. But just truly getting organized and like setting those goals for yourself. And I feel like that's like going to help you a lot.
I think that's so good too. And guys, what you don't know is typically behind her walls are covered in calendars, whiteboards, papers, goals, charts, dream board. Like the whole thing is just like a collage.
Yeah, it's typically all in this corner. There's crap everywhere, but we are going to have our own office now, and we're going to figure it out.
Yeah, and that, if you're somebody that needs to, I mean, how many of y'all drop a 1 in the comments? If you're somebody that likes to see your goals, you like to have a dream board out, which all of you should have a dream board, but you're somebody who needs to write down your goals, like sticky notes everywhere, like I'm not even green and I got my stickies. Okay. I've got them out because I have to write things down. I'm somebody that likes to make lists like throughout the day. Anybody else have like a ridiculous brain that forgets everything? I write down like bullet points of I need to do this. I need to do this. I need to do coaching calls. You know, when your team starts growing, it doesn't make you a bad leader to forget about people. Like I have to remind myself to check in with my new distributors, to check in with my rubies, to make sure I'm checking in with my leaders, because it's a lot. And so starting from the get-go, get in the habit of being organized. Okay. I have this binder that I'm going to go over at the end, but get a binder, get pen and paper, get your charts out, get stuff on your walls if you have to. Like just do what you feel like is going to help you learn the best. So thank you for all of that. I love that. And for those of you that are super green and are somebody who needs to know all the details and have all the stuff and have all the sticky notes everywhere, message Cheyenne because she's got you. Okay. Okay. So we're going to go to Caitlin. You should be good to unmute yourself, tell us your story, and share all your tips with us.
All right. So I'm Caitlin Middleton. I'm 24 years old, and I've been in the business for 2.5 years now. Before I started, I was a single mom to a 10-month-old little girl, and we were living in my parents' basement. I wasn't working because I had I still do, but I had bad depression and anxiety, and I didn't want to leave my house most days. So I didn't really know what I needed when this business found me. But I really joined for like diaper money and just some friendships and all of that. And quickly my life like completely did insane circles around me, and I needed so much more than just diaper money. Thankfully, I had this business because it changed everything for me, and I've paid off so much money, and just life has been so much better for us because of this. Some tips I can give you guys. Something new we started last month was we did this contest, and I absolutely loved it, and the team loved it too. And it was more a contest for your 6 list. So it was like, every time you go and post a video of you making your coffee, you get 4 points. Every time you do a photo shoot and you send us like the photos, you get 5 points. Like it's just kind of depended on what, but like that way it like makes your 6 list a little bit more fun, and it doesn't seem as much like work to do. The girls loved it and I loved it, and it held me accountable too, because I was seeing what they were doing and then they were seeing what I was doing, and then it was all balancing out. And like your contest, the end goal or whatever, the prize, it can be something as simple as like a coaching call with a top leader, or it doesn't have to always be money. Like I know a lot of people are like, well, I can't do a contest because I don't have money to give out, or blah blah. You guys go to the dollar bin at Target, pick out a $3 item. It can be like a phone charger, like something so simple, and just like a little thank you note, and just put like, I'm so proud of you, you did such great work. Just the little things that are going to show your team you appreciate them. That's going to want them to make them want to do the work so much more. And then I start my month out with just kind of what Cheyenne said too. I get with my leaders and I give them my game plan of what I'm doing, and then I ask them what they're doing and what their goals are, and then I write that down. I'm definitely a list kind of person too. So like in on to the side of me, it says presidential diamond, and then it like gives me what I want to do tomorrow morning. And I literally break it up for morning, afternoon, and night because that's how my brain works. So in the morning, you know, I have all this stuff, and then the afternoon, it's pretty much the same, but it changes a little, and then at night, it changes a lot because I do different things at night. But I have to have something like that to where I can literally take my markers that are right here and I just check off every time I do something. And it helps so much. And you can do that with like on your phone too. If you have, I know somebody made like a cute little 6 list like check off thing that helps me like crazy. I've used that a ton. Something else we started doing last month is power half hours. And instead of me just hosting or like doing every single one of them, I'm having the other girls do them too. So like that helps them, you know, step up into that leadership role. And I know a lot of people have appreciated that so much because I don't like working alone. It's not fun for me. So if I'm doing it with somebody else, like it's going to be great. And there are like days one person shows up, but that one person in me will send out, you know, all these messages and they're like, it is crazy how many more people I'm talking to now. And I'm like, you could have been doing this the whole time. Like it just helps, like, it, you know, like it helps me if somebody's like, hey, let's go send out 10 messages. I'm going to do it. If I tell myself, oh, let me send out 10 messages, Ella starts talking, the dog starts barking, I forget, you know what I'm saying? So definitely like accountability partners has been helping a lot too. So like find somebody, doesn't have to be right on your team. Go in one of the chats. If you're in like the Road to Ruby, be like, hey, anybody need an accountability partner? It's that simple. And then you guys can also hold each other accountable because if you're working with the same people every single day, that can get, you know, a little played out too. Like meet new people and just like have fun with it. I'm trying to think. Also, something that I've been telling people because it has worked for me is if I know I'm going to be like promoting in a month or something like that, communication is key, you guys. You would like be surprised who is going to understand like where you're going and what you're wanting to do. Because my help for me with Ella is my parents. So I'll just be like, hey, this month, you know, I really need to step it up and I'm, you know, trying to get on all of these goals. Do you think that, you know, you could help me out a little bit more this month? What days can she come over? Can we do dinner there a couple nights and I can work from there? Like I'm just super open and honest and I tell everybody like what my goals are. So let's say your husband might not be, you know, so key on you constantly being on your phone. Ask him, like, give him a schedule. Be like, this is when I'm doing this. This is when my team Zoom is. If you are communicating, it's going to work so much better for you. And also something Cami told us was, I was asking her about like mom guilt. She was like, well, if you just tell, you know, them mom's going to be working hard this month and you might not get to spend as much quality time with her, but in 2 months from now, we're going to, you know, go and do this because of this business. Like always make sure you're adding positive things because of this business and then just being super open and honest about it. I think I had a lot written down and I'm kind of all over the place, but
Yeah, no, those are super good. And I love that you said about the 6 list and making sure to check it off. I'm pretty sure Katie made one a while ago. I could be making that up, but she had this super awesome like breakdown of making it super simple. It is so key. Like I, for a long time to get myself like trained to make sure I'm doing my 6 list every day, it was my background of my phone screen. And every time I opened my phone, it was like, ah, crap, I gotta do my 6 list. Like it motivated me and helped me hold myself accountable. And so that's huge for those of you that kind of struggle with getting that 6 list done every single day. Yes, it was Katie. Thank you. Post that in the team page and in the chats if you can. And also, you said a lot of good tips, so keep going. You talked about like accountability. Guys, go in the Road to Ruby chat or the Exploding to Emerald chat that you're pushing for and say, hey, who is, you know, a mom, who is married, like who relates to me? Find somebody that is like you that you can hold each other accountable for, right? Find somebody that you can, you know, sit there and be like, hey, like my kids are being crazy today. Like I need to get my messages out. And they're gonna be like, hey, like you need to get your messages out. Like I have kids too, like get it together. Like I was that person for Carly and that person was me. Like we balance each other out even though I didn't have kids. So just find somebody that you feel like you kind of relate to and go in the chat and just say, hey, also if you want to work and you're like Kate who needs to like, you like to be working with other people, which that's a normal thing we all do, go in the chat and say, hey, I'm working for the next 30 minutes. Who wants to work with me? If nobody can, that's fine. But maybe somebody else is like has time to work right now too. And the last thing, I had this written down that I was going to talk about, but I'm glad you said it. Guys, accountability from people in your circle is huge. Getting your husband on board, your boyfriend, your friends, your roommates, anybody, letting them know, hey, I've got some huge goals going this month. I may not be doing the dishes 100%. I may not be able to clean the house or keep it up tidy or do the dinner, cook dinner as much. We may be having takeout a little bit more this month. Like pizza may get, called in a couple more times than normal, but I'm going for huge things. If you don't have them on the same page, they're going to get frustrated with you more often because you're up on your phone all the time. I remember when I was pushing for triple, I didn't talk to anybody. I didn't talk to my dad. I nearly cut his head off about 15 times throughout the month because I was so frustrated. I ate Taco Bell for every single meal. So guys, just make sure you're getting people to hold you accountable as well, because that is super, super huge. Did you have anything else you wanted to add before I move on? No? Okay, Kayla, we're on to you. I'm going to pin you here. Talk away.
Hello, you guys. So I'm gonna delete the chat real quick because it distracts me. Okay, so my name is Kayla. I joined last July, so it's been like a little over a year, which is kind of crazy. It's gone by so quickly. So if you're just starting out right now, like stick with it, be consistent. It's going to fly by. But when I started out, I had a full-time job. I worked at a high-end boutique in Dallas and couldn't be on my phone a lot. I was literally like her only employee. Like it was a small boutique. She was down my throat constantly. I was literally going to hide in the dressing room to get out messages and reply to messages sometimes, like act like I was putting up clothes. Then I taught dance at night. So I've been like one of the busiest people. Like I know Shay knows this, like that have been on her team. I am just go all the time. And I still am, even though I do this full time now, I'm still just like go. But I love it that way. And because of this business, I've been able to like do more with my life that I like doing. Like I can go golf one day with Clint. I don't have to go work at the boutique on a Saturday when it's nice out. Like it's just stuff like that I can still take my business on the go that I'm very grateful for. But I went Ruby my first month. I went Emerald my second, Diamond my third, double my sixth, and triple my ninth. Hard work pays off. I kind of just caught the vision, and I know it's super hard right now. Like if you're obviously super new and like you joined kind of in like, I wouldn't call this a slow season because there's never a slow season in this business, but it is the holidays. And the holidays suck. I'm not going to lie. But January, y'all, it's so awesome. And I wanted to share this with y'all. I put this in my chat a couple days. I think I signed like 10 customers maybe in November and December of last year. Like it was like super slow. Like I had just joined, went Diamond. I was like, okay, this is easy, blah, blah. And I kind of stopped working over the holidays. Don't stop working over the holidays. I signed like 10 customers literally in like November and December. And then I signed almost 90. I think it was like 91 or something like that, or 89, something like that, in January, and went double. So if you're not working right now, start working. This is not the time to cool off because it's the holidays. I promise everybody's busy. I promise everybody's stressed out, but you have to push through it and you have to keep going because it's going to bite you in the butt in the end, and everybody else that's in working is going to pass you up, and then guess what's going to happen to you? You're going to be stuck. You're going to be slow. You're going to be at the end of the train just hoping you were at the front. But, okay, anyways. So I got that out. But I kind of like do kind of the same thing at the first of the month, kind of Cheyenne does. Obviously, I like to be super organized. I have a Zoom notebook. I have a host post notebook. I have a customer notebook. I have a potential distributor notebook. And then I have my binder. So I set all of this stuff up. Like this says December. I've already set all of my stuff up for December, checked all my stuff for November, blah, blah, blah. That's one of the first things I do. And then also, this is actually thanks to my girl, Alicia. I've actually done this before in my chat, but I totally don't know why I don't do this every single month. But she put her goals in the chat for December, and like my whole team's been doing it now. And it's so cool to see. It's very inspiring to see other people's goals and like what they're shooting for and stuff. And as a leader, it really helps me know how to relate to my team, like throughout the month, what their goals are and stuff, and how I can match that. So I think that's really like good. If like for y'all, I know everybody has like little chats and everything. If that is something that you want to do in your chat, It was super encouraging. I think it hyped us up a lot. And so thank you, Alicia, for doing that, because she just did it out of the blue, and I was like, I love that. So, yeah, I think, hold on, I have my notes. I'm about to get everywhere, like Kate said. Oh yeah, okay. And then I always have my charts out. Like Cheyenne said, you don't know where you're going if you don't have your chart out. Like, I know that's another thing. Like, I have everybody's chart in my binder and everything, but I always have to set a plan for myself. You are not moving forward if you do not have your chart out and you don't know where you're going. There's just no way. You have to set a plan for yourself. You have to break down the numbers that you need, like the volume that you need for your next promotion. Even if you don't hit it in December and you hit it in January, you still have to break it down and push for those goals, because like you just have nowhere to go. I don't know. Anyways, but I always break it down by week. So like I said, I get my full volume like the first day of the month or first couple days, because my chart's big. But and then I break it down by week, like what I need by week. And then like say I don't hit my weekly goal for this week, I obviously add it to the next, and it just keeps going and keeps going. But if you hit those like small goals, you're going to progress in this business, and you're not even going to really realize that you're doing it, but then you're going to get yourself excited. I don't know. It's kind of like a little mental mind game you play with yourself. Like you're kind of being competitive with yourself. I'm very competitive. But yeah, so that's something I do. What's another? Okay. So I always encourage my team, and I probably should do this more. I'm saying that because so I will do it. I always send stories in my chat sometimes to make their own. It's so important for everybody to start making their own stories and telling their story instead of just screenshotting people's. And I'm not gonna lie, I screenshot people's stories because I got days that I can't make my own, but I still put my face on my stories. I still put I make my own videos of making my coffee or making my reds. I just did that a minute ago. Like all these things, like you have to put yourself on your network, because if you're just posting slides of generic things all the time, no one's going to reach out to you. No one's going to follow you, or they're going to unfollow you after they follow you because they get bored and you're just posting the same stuff every single time. Be interesting. Try to like make yourself interesting in a way. Does that make sense? Yeah, kind of. Okay. So yeah, that's probably my biggest things I had written down. I guess. Oh, put your goals on social media. Yeah.
Yeah, those are super good tips too. And because guys, can you hear me?
You're good now.
Yeah, okay. Because like if you shout out your goals to the world, and you shout out the goals to yourself, and you shout out your goals to your team, that's accountability. That's like if I sit here and said like, I'm going Ambassador Diamond this month, every single one of y'all would be like, hey, like, how's Ambassador going? Like, you know, you're getting close. Like, I see you. Like, you're killing it. That's what people are going to do. And then I'm going to sit there and be like, shoot, like, these people are watching me. Like, I got to go Ambassador. Like, it's just the pressure, and it's good pressure. It's good. And that's why I tell you to tell everyone in your family and your immediate circle. They're like, hey, I'm pushing for this goal. Because if I told Aaron I was going Ambassador this month, he would literally be in my ear every 5 seconds. Hey, why aren't you working? Why aren't you working? Like, he's always been that way. And even if your spouse isn't supportive, there are people in your life that are supportive of you that be like, hey, like, you're getting close to your goal. I'm so excited. And another thing that helps with, guys, I remember this significantly when I went triple, was I had told all of my family, like, hey, I'm going for this huge promotion. I am, you know, earning this much and this much. It's doing this, this, and this for me. I had put it out there in post. This is why I always tell y'all on those chats to announce your promotions and say, this is the month, y'all, I'm going Ruby. Because when it comes down to it, and you're serious about that promotion, they've watched you work all month, not announce it and then be dormant for the whole month, and the end of the month, like, I'm pushing. Like, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the whole month being loud about where you're going. When it comes down to it, and you say, hey, I'm pushing for a huge promotion, people will come out of the woodworks to support you. Okay. There were people like from high school that were like, hey girl, like, I see you, you're so close. And like, I really want to support you. What can I buy? And I was like, where the hell have you been my whole life? Like, why are you coming to me now? Okay. And then the people that can't buy from you, or everyone that does, they're posting for me. My whole family was posting for me. People that didn't buy the products were posting for me because they saw what I was pushing for. That's accountability. And that's people seeing that you're not just like half-assing this, and you're serious about it, and your goals are out there. They're going to help you because you're that person that's sitting there posting about it, shouting it out, and you've told people what it's going to do for you. when you make that post, don't say, I'm going Ruby, like I'm going to make $500 a month. Just be like, this is going to help me do this. This is going to help me pay off my college tuition, put Christmas presents under the tree, that kind of stuff. Pull at people's heartstrings so they know what this truly means to you. I had something else I was going to say about what you were saying. Did you have to add something? You like raised your hand at the end.
I was just going to say, don't be afraid. Like if you're like, hi ho, I'm just using Instagram, like that's just where my market is. You have a whole entire another market on Facebook. Use Facebook. Like, don't be afraid of it. Like, I know it's sometimes people like it's more of like a personal family thing. You can like make stuff private when you post on Facebook and like add your family to it so they just see it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Use Facebook for host posts. When I went double diamond in January, so I started out, I didn't use Facebook because I didn't like Facebook. I use Instagram. So I went diamond with Instagram, and then I hit a roadblock and people stopped ordering, so I got on my warm market type thing. If you're at that stage, you go to Facebook, use host posts. This new line that we're coming out with, all the older peeps, maybe your parents' friends and stuff like that, they're going to want it. So add all your mom's friends, add all your dad's friends, like aunts, uncles, whatever, and then start posting about your goals. One, if we message them, they're more likely, like if you're like, I'm pushing for a huge promotion, like Shay said, this is going to help me really get out of this situation, blah, blah, blah. They're going to post for you, and then usually that person ends up ordering too. So you're getting like a win-win. So that's always good.
Yeah, use all your outlets, guys. Like I remember I first started going live. I mean, when I'm promoting, there is nothing I won't do. How many of y'all are at that point? Drop a 2. You're like, I am promoting over hell or high water. I'll give my right arm to do it, and I will do whatever it takes to promote. That's the point that you should be at right now, because I'm telling you right now that the reason we're doing this kickoff Zoom and we're sharing all this stuff with you is to tell you that what you're doing right now will carry you through the rest of next year. And you don't see that now because maybe you haven't been here at the beginning of a year in this business, but you have no idea what this month will do for your business, January, February, March, and then what you do then will carry you over the next 90 days and the next 90 days. You have 3 90-day sets every single month, every single year. And what you're doing now is going to carry you into that. And so I have some last minute tips that they probably already covered, but success leaves clues. So we're all saying the same thing because it works. Okay. And so the first thing you're doing, and when you get off this Zoom, if you do not have your chart printed out, it is being printed out. And if you don't have a printer, don't use it as an excuse, write it down. My charts, until I went like diamond, were in pen on a piece of paper. And it was terrible. Always chart in pencil. Okay, that's my biggest tip to you right now. But get your charts printed out, because like she said, you have no idea where you're going. That is literally like driving with your eyes closed. You're like, I'm going somewhere. I don't know where I'm going. Probably not where I'm supposed to go, because you don't know where you're going. You don't have your chart out. You have to have your chart out, because that tells you how many distributors you need, how many customers you need to place under people, what people's volume is, what yours is. You have to keep it updated. If you don't know how, text your upline. That's what we're here for. Don't just not do it, because then you're not going to get anywhere. Number 2, sticky notes. Right here, $1 from Dollar General. Okay. Write your goals down and stick it to your computer. Stick it to your mirror, stick it next to your toilet, stick it on your desk, stick it everywhere. Put the back of your, I can guarantee you that all 3 of these people probably have their goals on their background. Mine says, God has prepared you for this, Ambassador Diamond. Everywhere I look, it has where I am going on it, because look at that. Kayla's got it up there. Cheyenne's always had them up there. Kate's got them up there. Like, we always have our goals as our backgrounds. And if that doesn't tell you that 3 VIPs on this Zoom all have their goals on there, that's why. Because they never lost sight of where they were going. They knew at every waking second, every time they looked at their phone, every time they looked up by their desk or on their background or texted somebody, they knew exactly where they were going. Okay, so that's number 2. Number 3, tell your immediate people, hey, I'm pushing for a goal this month. This is where I'm going. 4, this is huge. We had so many conversations last month with BOGO. I have conversations that I don't even remember having. That's how many people I was talking to, because I was like following up with old potentials, people I haven't talked to since like the first couple of months of my business that they enrolled then. So go back and update your potentials list. Go back through your messages, through your phone contacts, through your Facebook Messenger, and write down everyone that you talked to that was interested, that responded. Because if they didn't buy, they're about to tomorrow. Okay, let me just tell you that, because these products that are coming out are about to shake you for real. Like, I was not expecting this. So You'll find out tonight. Okay. The fifth one, check in with your team. Guys, go to them and say, hey, like, we're pushing for huge goals this month. Like, we're prepping for the beginning of the year. We are planting all the seeds, getting ready for conference. Like, I need to know what your goals are right now. Like, let me know. And this is huge. Set up coaching calls with your girls. And I know you're probably like, well, I'm new. I don't know what the heck to do. Call your people, talk to them about what their goals are, and just talk to them like you know every single thing about this business. Getting on the phone with people and letting them say their goals to you and talking back and forth to them about what they're excited about, things they're struggling with. If you're new to this, you probably know that we message people, we post, we talk to people, we have conversations, you work with your upline, you know the basics. So go to them and talk to them and just be excited and just be like, I am so excited to do this with you. Like, we're doing huge things this month and I'm excited to have you a part of that. Okay. So get in their face and talk to them and text them and say, hey, like, this is what we're doing as a team. I'm so excited to get to have you a part of this. Like, this is huge. Let's do this together. Okay. Go check in on them. And the last one. Okay, guys, zone back in. If you've fallen asleep or you're on your phone, check back in. You are the pace of your team. You set the pace for your team. If you do not do anything, check, this is a reality check. Check yourself last month. Did you work as hard as you should have? Is your team kind of checked out? Were you checked out? Like I said, this is a 30-day business. If you sucked at life last month and your business is showing for it, it's December 1st, okay? You luckily get to start over fresh. You get to check in with your people. You get to love on yourself and pour into yourself and say, hey, it was a pretty bad run last month. I'll give it to you. It wasn't that great. But it's December 1st, okay? And I'm going to say that 4 more times. It's December 1st. Forgive yourself. Say, okay, maybe last month wasn't that great. Maybe you had a killer month. Some of y'all had a freaking killer month, and y'all's enrollments were freaking ridiculous. Like, let me just give a shout out to Deidre, okay? Miss Deidre got like 757,000 orders placed for her customers through BOGO. Like, some of y'all were just out there slaying it. If you weren't, now is your time, because Cyber Monday is coming out tomorrow, and I'm just telling you now, it's about to change the whole freaking game, okay? And that's why we're doing this kickoff tonight, is because we're going to watch it together, and he's going to tell y'all all the things that y'all are going to be like, huh? What did you say? That's what's going to happen tonight, okay? So I just wanted to shout her out. There's so many of y'all, but that was amazing. But guys, you're the pace of your team. So whatever you want December to look like is whatever you're setting. If you are out there being super loud about these deals that are coming out tonight, being super loud about getting customers, enrolling distributors, you're charting, you're shouting out your goals, what do you think they're going to do? Some of them are going to be duds and join the witness protection program and not do anything. But the rest of them that are looking for you as an example, and I use this analogy a lot, like your team is so zoomed in on you. Just like you would be watching your children at a Christmas recital. They're zoomed in on you because you are their leader. They are watching everything that you're doing. They're watching your posts. They're watching you go live. They're watching all the things that you're doing. And if you're not doing it at all, what do you think they're going to do? It's common sense, and you have to know that. So you set the pace for your team. This month is going to be freaking ridiculous. I am so excited. And I know that there are so many of y'all that are literally on the brink of promoting. Like, some of y'all ended last month, like, literally so close that it was like, really? Like, are you serious? And I know it's frustrating because I've been there so many times, but guys, it doesn't matter if your heart is set on a promotion. It will happen when it's meant to. And just like Kayla said, you have that chart out and maybe you miss out on it this month. That doesn't mean I'd missed it this month, I've missed it forever. No. Do you know how many times I missed Diamond right off the bat? I missed Ruby my first month. I missed Double Diamond for 10 freaking months. 10 months, I was like, I'm doing it. And I came up short every single month, but I got back up every single time. And that's why I eventually made it to double. So get that chart out and be serious about your goals and shout them out, and don't be afraid to fail, because all of us failed, and that's why we're here. Okay, these 3 little VIPs here, they have failed quite a few times, and they have struggled, and they have gone through valleys, but that's why they're on this Zoom talking to you, is because they got back up. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be amazing, but I'm going to tell you what, that this December is about to change your entire life, because what you do right now is how you start January 1st as we all get ready and prepare to go to conference, okay? So I'm going to talk to y'all a little bit about this. So how many of y'all lack organization, and now is the time that you're like, okay, I'm going to get organized? I got this binder the month that I promoted to Double Diamond. So in March of 2017, I think, or no, 2018. I got this. It was from Dollar General. Okay. I really like that store. I got this from Dollar General. Okay. And then I got these tabs from the Target dollar section. Okay. And it literally has all of my goals right here. Okay. So every single time I open it, they're there. I've got all my new distributors that I enroll. I've got my host to post, my potentials, my charts for all of my girls that are on my team, especially my new girls, and I've got my steps to success that I fill out every single month. Okay. I've got everything in this binder. I don't leave this house without this binder. I don't travel without this binder. Like, this has everything that I've ever written down, everything I need, all in this binder. Maybe this isn't how you work. Some people don't like stuff like this. Sometimes it stresses people out to have all of this. Like, I don't really do good with an agenda. I'm not that kind of gal. I like to set reminders in my phone. Do something to stay organized. Okay. Just a couple of reminders. Number one, I posted a new contest today. I am going to announce the winner who's coming with me to Margaritaville tomorrow. I'm so excited for that. We have a couple contests that I need to announce the winners for, and I'll do that all tomorrow. Host to post winners will be announced, so make sure all of your host to post from November are updated on the host to post thing in the team page. Okay, so make sure you go back and do that. Journal Zoom starts back up tomorrow at 9 Central, so it's on this code every morning at 9 Central in the morning. We do journaling together. And the last thing I was going to talk about is just conference, guys. If you haven't got your conference ticket, it's not too late. You have plenty of time. Make sure you get your conference ticket and get your flight booked. 2 responsibilities, like, you just got to do it. Sell some things if you don't have the money for it. Get fast starts, enroll distributors. Like, I know right now that when I was trying to go to conference, I was literally doing everything I could. Like, I was selling stuff. I was asking for Christmas presents, asking for birthday money. Like, you will figure it out if you want to be there bad enough. And if you care about your future and your business and money, you will be there, because you would not miss something like that. It's going to be so freaking insane. It's literally, guys, I mean, how many days? Oh, 59 days. 59 days. What? That is so crazy. Okay, 59 days, and we all get to take the biggest group picture, and don't make me Photoshop you in. Okay, we did that last year. We're not Photoshopping anyone in this year. Just don't miss out. Don't miss out on the group photo, because you will have FOMO. I can tell you that there's a bunch of people on the Zoom that were not at conference, and they probably cried, okay, because I could not imagine the FOMO, okay? So make sure that you're there. Make sure you do anything that you can to get that conference ticket. Ask for it for an early Christmas gift, and just sit around the tree and watch everyone else open presents, because you're about to make some money, okay? And that's the important part. So the Zoom was super amazing. It ended a little bit early. So we're going to sit here and work until Mark goes live, and I will share the screen so we can see the products that are announced. So make sure your team is on here so they don't miss out on the products that are coming. But I'm going to play some music, and we're going to work. I'm going to stop